Is it all? Yeah, okay. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to this inspiring episode of the WiM-Africa Interview Series, where we explore the voice and vision shaping the future of African mining and energy landscape. I'm your host, Priscilla Kamara, and today's conversation focus on a topic that stands at the intersection of opportunity, innovation, and inclusion. WiM-Africa Energy Climate and Opportunity 2026. As the world accelerates towards cleaner technologies and sustainable growth, Africa holds an increasingly strategic and women are stepping into the space as innovators, investors, and leaders. Joining us today is a remarkable woman who embodies that spirit of leadership and transformation, Mrs. Khosi Sibisi. She is the founder of Women in Mining Business South Africa, that is WIMBIZ Africa, a strong advocate for women, participation in mining and related industries, and a key partner within Women in Mining Africa. Mrs. Sibisi brings years of experience in the advancing women leadership and access to finance and mining energy sectors, and she is continue to inspire collaboration between Africa women-led enterprise and global markets. Mrs. Sibisi, it's most a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you very much for having me, and I'm looking forward to the conversation and chatting with everybody, including people who are online.
Okay, let's start. Let's begin by exploring some of the key trends inspiring the continent. What emerging energy and climate investment trends should South Africa women, especially those in the mining and related industry, be preparing to tap into as women moved into 2026 and beyond?
Yes, thanks for that question. I think the African continent and other continents, the critical shift right now is towards the critical minerals for energy transition. So women in mining and energy should be positioning themselves for this growth, and by so that they can be able to access capital, they can be able to access finance, and positioning themselves in the entire value chain. But that won't come as just that easy. So what we need to do is to just understand the whole value chain. And then the women should play in that space. But it is was the industrialization and critical minerals.
Thanks for sharing your thoughts, Mrs. Sibisi. WiM-Africa and Women in Business South Africa have been working closely across borders to build bridges for women entrepreneurs. Tell us more about your planned partnerships. How can cross-borders partnerships like this accelerate access to finance and open opportunities for women-led mining and energy business?
Yeah, it's quite exciting to see what's going on now with the borders for cross-border trade, because initially we were locked up in our countries, and even though I would see an opportunity in another country, it would be difficult for me to access. So with our partnership with WiM-Africa and WIMBIZ, we're actually going to be collaborating in growing our space and operating in the global space, starting with our continent. So collaboration would assist us actually to be able to access funding, to be able to gain access to serious capacity building, and to participate in the mainstream of the economies and especially for projects that are creating generational wealth. In this project, we are aiming to, or rather this collaboration, we actually want to move from just being service providers, being just service providers for mining, for the energy sectors. We want to be the principals of the industries and create wealth, sustainable wealth for women, economies, and sustainable growth. So we are actually, as WIMBIZ, looking forward to the growth because of this collaboration, because we're bringing both our strength and our knowledge and our relationships. So as we are actually going to be participating in the Africa Energy 2026 as a collaboration team. So I'm quite excited about the opportunities, really, because we will be able to participate in any other sector that we want to. Like, for instance, there are opportunities in the allied activities in mining and energy. Like we now have to, I can be able to come in any country in the continent through this relationship and do beneficiation projects and do critical minerals processing and the likes. So it's only going to make us to grow.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that, Mrs. Sibisi. From your experience in South Africa, mining and industrial ecosystem, what policy or private sectors action do you believe are most urgent to unlock gender-responsive funding and investment for women-led entrepreneurs?
Yes, that's a very good question. You know, as you know, I'm from South Africa, and I must commend our government of the policies that they put together that enable women to participate in the mainstream of the economy. One of the main, from the Minerals Act, one of the key things is when the government in 2018, the Department of Minerals and Energy then introduced the mining charter. And the mining charter opened doors to women who wanted to participate in mining, in energy. And so there, like for instance, companies now, they have to comply with certain requirements of if you want to operate in the mining sector, you've got to have this type or these percentages of women. And also there actually, there's an organization called the Mineral Council that is actually really doing a good job in making sure that mining companies are actually complying with the mining charter. And also what the government did over and above that was to actually make mining companies to actually report every year. What is it that you've done to empower women, to empower youth and communities where you mine? And actually it extends to the labor sending areas where your labor comes from. So I think companies in other countries or other countries can actually learn in what South Africa did to empower and bring women in the fold. So I personally would say that I wouldn't be where I am today if it was not those policies, and they continue to grow and they continue to be monitored. So without monitoring and evaluation and reporting, nothing could happen. So that's what South Africa did, really.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yes.
It's very interesting. So, Mrs. Sibisi, the upcoming Africa Energy Debate 2026 will bring together leaders from, institutions such as the AFDB, Afromix Bank, and the key engineering and investment firm. What outcomes of partnership are you hoping to see emerge from this event? And that could be directly benefits women-led ventures across Africa.
Yeah. I think what we need to do as women is to actually keep ourselves informed and educate ourselves in these, in the industrialization and critical minerals and other imported industries. So before, as a woman, you go to that a conference, you've got to have a project that is bankable, that is investor ready, because investors are not going to come there and say, okay, we're going to teach you this. So know exactly, as a woman-owned business or a woman owner, understand what is it that you want to benefit. The stage is set. Like you say, there'll be African Development Bank, African Bank, and others. So you need to go there knowing exactly what is it that you want. And I think we need to stop as women and just other business people and community leaders to go to conferences of this nature just to show face. So I need to come back from there saying, I had a meeting with African Bank or African Development Bank. I presented this project, and this is the way forward. Let's stop going to conferences to hang out and network. So here, if you are going to be going to that conference, start now to understand what these banks are looking for. What are the projects that are in the continent that can empower you, and prepare yourself.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Sibisi. Thank you so much. And finally, many people still view gender inclusion as social or human rights goal, but we've often described it as an economic strategy. Why is gender inclusion in mining and related industries not just a moral imperative, but also a smart business and economic decision for African growth?
Yeah, for the Africa growth, it's important that companies, including women who want to be empowered, understand that it's important to have women. The economy is too big, and the possibilities and the targets that need to be reached, you can't exclude women. The gender exclusivity should not be there. Women must be taken as business people who are going to grow this continent. We are about 50% of the population, and really the inclusion of women can add and make this continent powerful. So you cannot look at women as a social nice to have thing, but you look at them as a part of the economy that's going to grow the economy and actually create jobs and improve people's lives. Because as you know that, with women, if I get $500 in my pocket, and a man, I'm not trying to do anything negative to men, they put 500. I'm going to be thinking about a whole lot of things, buying groceries, electricity, and all those things. And men might think that, I've got to put this money into my next car, So you can't exclude us. We're bringing something that is towards this growth, and we are not a social responsibility program or initiative.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Sibisi, for your insightful perspectives and for the important works you're doing to advance women participation and leadership across African mining landscape. To our viewers, we hope today's conversation has inspired you to think directly or differently from women's role in shaping Africa industrial and investment futures.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow WiM-Africa on all platforms for updates on our program, leadership, opportunities, and upcoming events, including our participation in the Africa Energy Idaba 2026. I'm Priscilla Kamara, and this has been WiM-Africa Interview Series. Thank you for joining us. See you in the next episode. Thank you very much.
Thank you.